welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the third video in a series that I'm in the process of sharing with you that I call my process of art journaling, soul-inspired art journaling. And in these videos I share with you a little bit about my processes of creating in my art journals. So in the first two videos I showed you, in the first one I showed some examples, and in the second one I showed a page that I created. I showed the different steps in the process that as I created the art journal page. I will link the first two videos in the comments below or in this description below, so you can just have a look and you can access those videos if you want to. So here I'm going to start a new art journaling page. As I said in the first video, the examples that I showed you that I'm working in my moleskin watercolor journal, and this is the one that I showed you in the first video. So it's an A5 journal, but in this one, this is also a moleskin journal, but it's in a landscape format. So it's also very nice to work with. Well, the process that I've been showing you is to use scraps of paper, of decorative paper, that I as a starting point for a journal page. And this is a gel print that I already cut up for a project. And so now I'm just going to play around with it. And the process that I'm following is not to think about what I'm doing. So it's more a matter of creating the page intuitively. I don't reflect a lot. I'm kind of just getting into the flow of creating. So I'm not reasoning about what I'm doing. So I'm just playing around and see perhaps where these papers want to go. There are so many possibilities. And as you can see, what is interesting at this stage when I play around with it is not just the positive spaces, in other words where there are color, but also the negative spaces, because these negative spaces will be eventually what inspire me in my creation of this page. I find that really very exciting. Can you see? There's a circle, there's a circle. If I push this over here, can you see how it changes? Now this has a different shape, which will evoke a completely different idea perhaps. Now I have a shape like this here. If I move this like this, you can see that changes everything, because now I have a different shape here. Oh, there's almost like a little birdie. I can see over there. Also over here, I can do it close together or further away. I can have a touch. Can you see now it's closed? And if I move it away, it's a different, it would evoke a different idea. So it's lovely to play around with the forms and the shapes. And at this point, I'm not thinking too much about the color in any case. It's not good to think. It's just let it happen, have fun, and just allow the page to create itself. So I'm going to paste these elements down, and then I'll see you in a bit. So I'm back, but in the meantime there's a little surprise that happened. As you can see, the page is green. In fact, just as I was about to start pasting the elements, these scraps, so to speak, there was a little voice shouting, "Stop!" And I suddenly saw this green in my imagination. So what I did was I used a light olive green and this darker green, which is green earth, and I just put it on my crafting mat, and I applied it with a baby wipe, baby wipe. And then I used this little handmade stamp, and I applied the paint with the baby wipe, also a mixture of the lighter and darker green. I applied on the stamp, and I just went around with it. And now I'm excited to finally actually paste the elements. So I will be doing that. I'm not sure how it's going to happen, but each little piece will find its place. I just want to tell you also that my idea is to use all of these little pieces. So that's my challenge, so to speak. But I'm sure that will truly awaken my creativity, and I'm following my intuition. So see you in a bit for the next step in the process. And so I'm back, and I've laid down all the bits and pieces, as you can see. I fixed them with matte gel medium by Liquitex. And now the fun and games can begin. I so look forward to see where this page is going to take me, and I'll make you part of the fun, so to speak. I'll show you the next step as soon as I have done it. So see you very soon. So I just want to show you what I did now. I was immediately attracted by this color. It's a new color 2 crayon, and it's the malachite green. So I went in a very loose way around all the edges of each of these elements, and then I thought I want to make the elements pop a little bit more. I took a black watercolor crayon, and I just went closely around the edges. And the reason why I'm showing this to you now is in the next step I'm going to take a water brush, and I'm just going to blend these colors, and then I'll show you the effect that this makes. This will really allow the elements to pop, but also to blend into the background. Okay, so I'll show you in a moment what this looks like. Well, I'm back, and I can't tell you how happy I am with how this came out. As you can see, how I explained to you, I went around all the elements with the new color crayon, a dark turquoise new color crayon, and then also with a colored pencil, a watercolor pencil around, and then I blended the colors with water, and I'm so happy with how it came out. I'll just take it a little bit further so that you can see the whole of it, and there you have it. So Now I'm so excited to see where this is leading me, where my intuition will take me, and I'll show you in the next clip. At this point, I just want to mention something that you may wonder about, and that is, how does one know what the next step should be or could be? Well, most of the time, the next step is revealed to me as I'm busy with one step. In my imagination, the next step is already revealed to me. Like in this instance, when I was busy going around here with the colors, I thought of this little stamp that's homemade. As you can see, it's just pasted on carton, and I also saw the image of this stencil in my imagination and this homemade stamp. So I'm not sure what I'll be doing with that, but that already gave me an idea of what I could be doing next. Sometimes when the next step is not revealed to me immediately while I'm busy with the previous step, what I do is I just sit quietly for a moment, close my eyes, and ask what the next step should be. And most of the times, the next step is revealed to me in my imagination. If not, a good idea is to just stop the process a little bit, do something else, and then later come back to it. So what I'll be doing now is I'll see what I'm going to do with these stamps and the stencil, and I'll show it to you in a little while. And here you can see things are coming together really, really beautifully. I'm very happy. As you can see, I added a little bit of texture with this little self-made texture stamp, one could say, and I used white gesso to stamp this part there, over there. So I did a little bit everywhere, or here and there. And then I used this also self-made stamp, and I used white acrylic paint to stamp spread over a little bit of stamping spread over the page. So you're probably wondering why I'm not doing anything here. It's because I don't know what I'm going to do. So that I'll see how this will evolve, and again I will show you in the next clip what happened. Oh, just one thing, I want to give you a little advice. When you are working with stamps and you can't it's not possible to clean your stamps immediately, you can just take a baby wipe and just put your stamp on the baby wipe, and then later, when you're finished with everything, you can clean it. It's much easier to clean in that way because the paint won't dry on the stamp. So that's just a little practical hint. So see you in a bit. And here is the finished page, except for the text, which I'll tell you about later. In this, after the previous clip, what I did was I used this stencil and some archival ink and a makeup brush and I added some more texture here and there, and then I just inked around the edges with the this blender, also using black archival ink. And I also added some dots everywhere with this turquoise Posca pen. So I'll finish the page by adding the text, and I'll do some close-ups that I'll publish at the end of the video so you can see more of the details. just with regard to the text, I just want to mention, I asked the question, I asked the page if there is a message for me with regard to this new year 2022, and the word that immediately popped up is surrender. So that is such a beautiful concept and a beautiful message, rather. And yes, so I'll add the text, and I hope this was interesting for you. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed as yet, and please leave me some comments. That would be really, really very kind, and you're so welcome to ask some questions. So see you in the next video, and take good care of yourself, and happy creating.